Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Christienah. For everyone else, welcome back. I wanted to do a live tonight that was a lot longer, one that I've been planning, but tonight's just not that night for me. So I felt like I could at least come on, give you some updates, and answer some questions for sure. And I know that a lot of you don't get notifications until like an hour after everything is done. So I figured that from now on, before I do something big, I can go ahead and come on and do a short video like this and let you know. So that even if this notification comes up late, you'll still know about the big event coming tomorrow morning. So all of you who have trouble missing the lives, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I don't blame you. You will hopefully have time to catch it tomorrow morning. And speaking of time, the month of May was a harrowing month for me. I just got, okay, there was Mother's Day, 2 power outages, a water outage, all in 2 weeks. My car broke down. I felt bad for a week. My daughter's still sick. We're about to go to the emergency room pretty soon, like in the next 24 hours. And, she was just like, Mom, let's just get through the first of the month, because we got bills to pay today. She's sick, and so far nothing has worked. So we've got to get her there. She also finished her homeschool and is being processed for graduation. So we're really happy. We're really both sides of her. My side, I'm her mom, and then her dad's side. We're all just over the moon because she went through a lot to get to this day. It's like one of those old varsity football movies, where they go through all this trial and tribulation and get that victory. It's like that's my girl. If you don't mind, like, subscribe, definitely comment. Let me say hello to everyone. Hi, Kathleen Beglio, our moderator today. Love you, Sister Kathleen. I'm always so grateful and thankful that you're here. Hi, Adrian and Diane is also here. Thank you, Moz. Keith Fancher, mwah, brother. And Neo, Richard Holland, Debbie Lone Wolves. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to see you guys. All right. My mic is too far away from me. I hope is it sounding any better now? Because I did have some background noise going on too. All right. So tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time, I'm going to be doing a pretty lengthy live because some of you like the longer lives, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And it's going to be based on hearing God, biblical history and evidence of it, who hears him, who doesn't, things about seeing Jesus, little kids seeing Jesus, near death experience kinds of things. That's the kind of thing we're going to talk about because there's always this kind of thing where for a lot of people they think that you can't see Jesus or you can't hear God, when in fact you can, and people do. And we're going to go through it for a while. And I think that you're going to be encouraged by that because we all like to know that our God is not somewhere far, far away, that he's actually here with us all the time and that he's in everything. He's all around us. He is omnipotent, everywhere, all at once. That's what God is. Speaking of God, somebody had asked a question, and there were a few questions, and I want y'all to continue to put questions in the comment sections, and I will address those. We might even do whole lives about these questions that you have. So I want to encourage you to continue to, add your comments. Let's go. No, I want to go to the comments. I'm really glad to see you all here. There we go. Comments. And it's from yesterday. I posted this written. So Adrian, my daughter, she had a bad morning this morning. She actually took off work. I'm going to get her. I'm going to have to get her into the ER. Lorena in Chicago, she said hello. Um, she was asking about the debt ceiling. Do you think it will pass? It definitely passed. They passed a deal, but the Senate is going to stay in session all day until it passes. So it looks like everything is going to go through. They're saying that they're going to suspend the debt ceiling until January 1st, 2025, which would be when the next president would take office. So basically, he's going to dump a huge mess onto whoever is in office next. And people, I don't think he's going to be running. And if he is, I'm pretty sure he's not going to win. Okay. Hello, Russell, Cowboy 8's panel. Let me see. Woodrow, follower of the Messiah, off the wall, off the cuff, and Judas. Yes, Keith, Mia is done. Her stepfather, he started crying. He's like, "Did Mia really finish?" She's like, "Yep, Mia finished." Mia is about to get to learning how to drive and get that driver's license as soon as we get her fixed up at the doctor. So you can see it's like it's still hitting me, and I'm still trying to get the car in order. I mean, I have a stack of receipts, but that's how bad condition of the car was. But it did just pass inspection. Tires, blinkers, catalytic converter. Thank you so much for helping me with that. I realized once I started down that rabbit hole, I wouldn't have a car right now because there was so much that was in dire condition. I had no idea because the car was given to us. And what do you look a gift horse in the mouth? Well, eventually we had to once it was our horse fix some things up. Alrighty, just want to make sure. As Prize McCarthy is a member of the WEF, there won't be a 2024 election. Neo says, did you see the video of Joe Biden falling up, falling down, past or present? Is that recent, Neo? I've never seen a man fall up the stairs before until Joe Biden. That's a skill. It's got to be. It's got to be. A horse would probably be cheaper. Okay. Thea Marianne had a question. She said, where are we on God's timeline? Has the first seal been opened yet, or are we waiting the first seal to be opened? How much time is there between seal and one? God bless you, Christienah. So, there are different opinions between many different people. However, there have been some general unanimous concessions among Christians that majority agree that we are in the seals and that 1 through 4 has already been broken by Jesus Christ, and that it's not like there was space in between per se, like one stopped and one started, that they're all the horses are still riding, one started, then you added another, and another. And these horses are already evident with the famines, the inflation, the pestilence, human illness, animal illness. Okay, we have death. Okay, we know that there will be more death. That's the first 4 seals. Okay, we know that things are happening to the earth that are magnetic pole reversal in nature, and that the first 4 seals, a lot of that, even with the peace taken from the earth, when you're having magnetic issues, people will become more agitated, restless, and aggressive. That's a fact. Okay. So really, where Christians we're seeing now, we're concerned about, is that we're really starting to get into the 5th seal, because there has been a recent major uptick in Christian martyrdom going up in a global sense. It's happening more and more in other countries. So we're far beyond the first seal. We are far beyond. It is broken. The second one's broken. The third one's broken. And the 4th one. And it's very possible that the 5th one is broken now. The 6th one talks about the moon turning to blood, which we have been seeing. But this one, it's like the other ones were a warning, but this particular one is what Christians are now coming to believe, that the magnetic pole reversal signs lead up to a pole shift in seal 6. And so we'll have a blood moon and a pole shift at the very same time as seal 6. Okay. So that's where we're headed, but I think we're just finally getting into the 5th, and that's a majority. A lot of other people will have their own ideas. Okay. Oh man, Memorial Weekend was awful. We had our water turned off because, believe it or not, we had a power surge at the office up front, and the water stopped. And we already had 2 power outages the last couple of weeks for the actual lights. So that's like 3 outages in 2 weeks. I'm serious. Okay, people have been having phone and internet issues around here. We're definitely experiencing the magnetic pole reversals and grid problems, and the lightning around here is ridiculous. And let me tell you something else. We're getting freak storms popping up out of nowhere. High winds, tornadoes all of a sudden, and then it's gone. Okay, not predicted anywhere at all on the weather from anybody. It's just, this is happening, and I'm on the north side of Houston, Texas. Okay, 99 degrees in Canada. We haven't even gotten that high. Our winds on a daily basis, though, are really high. You know, we used to not have it. It was just hot, muggy, sweaty, moist. We had some shade. And then eventually, it was a few years ago, I was like, what's this light wind? And I was like, oh no, the winds are starting. I was telling people years ago, look at my old videos. I said these things, these days would come. So, Off the Cuff Suit News says, that's an interesting way to think about the 5th seal. I've always wondered if the living would be privy to the 5th till lately. Remember that to die for Christ is an honor. Do not be afraid of that. If I'm telling you, most of the time we don't get to choose how we die. And if we must die, what a way to go. I'm like, wow. It's like when I was a little girl, I used to see Jesus before I ever went to church. And I'm talking really innocent, little, right? And then I went to church, and they started talking about Jesus, and I realized, oh, that's his name. I knew who they were talking about. I said, oh, I know him. Then they started talking about how he got betrayed and was praying in the garden alone. I started falling apart in church, and they didn't realize that I was just frozen and turning white and pale. And I remember how he was alone, and I wished that I could be there to pray with him, but it was too late. It's 2,000 years too late. And then I was like, if I could reach across time. And I've always thought about that ever since. And I'm like, man, if I ever got the chance, it would be my way of being there for him. Like, I felt like I could be there beside him, like one of the thieves up on the cross, So I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Because I love him. I really do. So that doesn't scare me, because death with him and for him means eternal life for me. And hanging out with them, yeah, that's a place I want to go. All right. Hello, Carol, Sister Carol. I'm always so happy to see you here. Always so happy. And welcome, Kamek. Pop-up storms in Kentucky, too. Adrian says skies have been unusually clear and normal lately. No planes. That is bizarre. Alrighty. Okay. And let me see. I'm pretty sure there was one more question. Somebody said, it was Richard who had said, I would say climate change, but it looks like we are okay until 24 to 25. What? Oh. Well, we're having climate change, but I think that it's important to understand what climate change, the reason for it. And when when you identify it as magnetic pole reversal issues, that's why you're going to be looking at a really strange continuous set of storms and weather and freak weather and internet issues, phone issues, just like we're having around here, transformers blowing for no reason at all on a clear day. Okay. But I'll get on the news and they'll say, oh, there was this huge solar flare blast CME or something like that. And it hit us at such and such speed that I don't understand that calculation, but they're screaming about it. So I know it's serious. Okay. I get the context clues. Hello, no Jesus, no peace. Yes, they're saying it's going to be a very hot summer. And down here where I live, usually August is the hottest month. But lately, it's been cooler than July. And July has been so unbelievably hot that, I mean, it's on a whole different level. People are starting to walk around here with umbrellas, using them as parasols because the sun's just too dang hot. It burns you, like not like in the 80s where you could go fall asleep on a beach and a couple hours later you're burned. No, you start burning within a minute. It hurts. We've also been seeing, if you remember, over the last year here in Houston, we had earthquake lights and sprites. We had purple skies around here recently. We've had saltwater caverns being inundated around the Gulf of Mexico. That's why Galveston had clear blue water, which shows that the ground underneath Houston isn't very stable. Okay, and we have a lot of fracture zones in the Houston geology, and it's also one of the fastest sinking cities in the world. So think about that. Or it's to me, things are odd. Okay, they're starting to fix bridges too. One real close to me, they fixed the bridge, but it cracked again within. You know what I'm saying? So watch for your roads to start buckling. And I was worried about trains, but I was worried in the sense that I knew the ground would start moving and that we would see derailments, but nobody had said anything yet about the tracks. But I knew that that would become an issue. All right. Yeah, a lot of potholes. If you look along the southern Gulf Coast of Mexico, you'll notice over the last 10 years that all these coastal areas, they've been having serious sinkhole issues from Texas all the way to Florida. Just look it up. That should tell you something. Okay. And the Gulf of Mexico is heating up. And I'm not just talking from the sun, it's heating up from below. So hurricane season could be wild. Fish, animal deaths, you probably will see them. Okay. Algae attacks, anything like bacteria, like the flesh eating virus, with the warmer temperatures, that bacteria will be pretty hefty, pretty dense, thick, vibrant. And I've noticed that typically around the first week of June in Galveston, people from Galveston to Mississippi, people will start getting the flesh eating virus that first week. So please be careful. I know it's summer, you want to go to the beach, just be patient. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, go to the sprinkler, but wait, you'll see people will start getting those. It happens every year now, the last 3 or 4 years. Russell says there was a lake by my house a few years ago. The entire lake drained overnight. And the same thing, but the opposite can happen. You look and the water will just come up from underneath you. All right. Both can happen because there's a lot of pressure, and it's that pressure that is uncorking certain places. And I mean, literally uncorking these lakes, and they're draining down, or it's pushing magma, water, and gases up. And you'd be surprised how many people still don't know that we're heading for a pole shift, and that all this crazy, weird weather is culminating for that. All of it's a sign of that. Okay. All right. Yep. They are going to have another pandemic exercise, and they're having war exercises around Russia. I look like Alfalfa, if y'all remember that. I think it was 50 shows, the Little Ralph, the Little Rascals, little hair. Anyway, the Nuggets beat the Lakers. Well, I'm very happy for the Nuggets. Thank you for that, Humberto. Little Rascals, right? Right, right. I liked them. I was more of a Weenie the Pooh girl. Hello, Karen and Sherry's Kitchen. I'm so glad to see you, sister. All right, so tomorrow is going to be the big live. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., I'm going to get up just for you guys, splash some water on my face, get some caffeine in me, and we're going to have a really good talk because y'all all tend to say and feel the same way about one thing, and that's the meat. You're tired of the fluff. You want the information. You want to hear the truth. And that's what we're going to get into. Okay? We want to edify. We want to get closer to God. All right? It's not just know of Him or say Psalms 91 once in a while or maybe sing a Christian bubblegum pop song. That's not a Christian. We got to get closer. We got to know that our Father can draw near to us for real, okay? And so much more. I love you guys. I will see you 9 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning. I love you. God bless you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.